Like you, I'm pretty curious to see how Winspace SLC5 stacks up against what would probably be a lot of people's dream bike, the Specialized SL8. Luckily, my buddy has just got a brand new S-works SRAM Red SL8. So today I'm going to build up my bike, take it to have a look at his, and we're going to compare the two. Guys, welcome back to the What Life. Let's roll.
If yours is lighter than mine, holy smokes, do you think it will be?
So I'm not going to bore you with another bike build video, but I do need to build up my SLC5 frame, and I'm going to take all the components off the old model, the SLC3, and swap it over. We're not going to do a full bike build video, but I am going to show you just a couple of the components that I'm going to throw on mine that should just level it up a little bit. Put it a bit more in that realms of the high-end Western bike market. And then we're going to go and we'll obviously weigh the SLC5. Go and see my buddy. He's got a brand new SRAM Red Specialized S-works SL8. It's gorgeous. The only difference is that when we do weigh his is one size, frame size larger than mine. But we will figure it all out. I think it should be quite an interesting comparison. Let's build a bike. I honestly don't know why building bikes makes me so happy. I'm so autistic. I just love it. I love the tinkering. I love building a bike. So the first thing we have to do is take all the components off of this. And this is going to be a full SRAM Force build quark power meter. And we're going to be running a SRAM 3411 cassette on the back, going with the Hyper Wheels challenge tires. There are a few things that we are going to have to do, which is I'm going to replace all the brake hoses because I've swapped this over 3 times now, and each time I've been cutting the brake hoses and it's just getting a little bit shorter. Redo the brake hoses, not a problem. Second thing is the SLC3 is a press fit bottom bracket. The SLC5 is a BSA bottom bracket, so we're going to have to use a different bottom bracket. Luckily, I have a really good one for this build. The only other thing we're going to do is upgrade the brake pads. We are running the absolute black graphene pads, which I already have on these, but swap out. Let's get a fresh pair in there. And Absolute Black have also sent over, importantly, titanium bolts for the calipers. So we have gold caliper bolts, which, chef's kiss, this is going to look really nice. Right, let's build a bike. Another bike. Also, I always forget to ask, subscribe to the channel. You'd be doing me a massive favor. Thank you. That's this frame completely stripped down, and because I'm not a Neanderthal, I'm going to clean everything up, make it look good, and then we'll start the build on the SLC5. So far, so good. So we're completely stripped down. We're going to throw the other frame in and get it built up. There is one thing I'm going to say first, though, is we're going up against an SL8 with a SRAM Red group set. I run a 4835. I bought this when I wasn't bike racing. I just wanted to go and ride a bike. I didn't really know what I was buying, and it's been a lot of fun. But we're gonna upgrade the front chainring and cranks. Some of you might shout at me for this, but we're gonna whack on the PazQuest chainring with the Sprill carbon cranks. It's gonna be the only thing that's not part of the SRAM Force group set. But let's weigh them and see how much we end up saving when we swap out the SRAM Force for the Sprill with the XKD power meter. Still both running Spider power meters, and then the bigger PazQuest chainring, because this is a slightly bigger size. SLC 5 size large titanium bottle and brazen bolts. This is actually going to be special. Right, we're pretty much good to go, but while I've not put the pedals on, we are going to weigh it. So this is full build, 65mm deep wheels, tubeless, no pedals, power meter, no cages, front mount, yeah, but no bar tape. There we go, 7.13 for the build. Let's go take it to see Ryan, and we'll weigh his and have a look at the difference between the SLC5 and his brand new SL8. Now with my buddy Ryan.
I'm back again.
Yeah, back again. We actually had a look at his specialized SL8, which was the tarmac version. Now you've been upgraded.
I have. I've got the S-works.
So he is running what is probably considered most people's dream bike. Specialized SL8, full SRAM red group set, 48/35 front and a 34/11 on the rear. You won't have to know what that means. Before we do anything, so I'm going to have a quick look at the bikes themselves in a second. Ryan's going to weigh them both for us.
Any guesses?
See if we can get it under there. Yeah. I reckon you're 6'8". Oof.
7'2".
7'4". Yeah, 7.24. I'll also add Ryan's frame is a size large, or like a 58?
58.
58. So mine is his is a 58, which might be like an extra large. Mine is a size large, which is closer to a 56, or well, it's actually a 55.
Yeah. If yours is lighter than mine, holy smokes. Do you think it will be?
I think it'll be close. I mean, I don't have bar tape on mine. But I've changed a few things on my bike to make it a bit lighter. Yours is like a full stock kind of like.
Here we go. Oh my good God. This is going to be close. Mine was 724, yours is 742. It's pretty much there. 740. It's going to keep me holding it.
Right, yeah. The longer he holds it, it seems to be going down. Yeah, so that's at 7.4, which I actually think the thing that is adding the most weight to my bike, I might have to ride around with a scale on, is actually the wheels. But we'll come to that in a second when we take a closer look at them. We're going to have a closer look at the two bikes with pedals and bar mounts. 7.2, 7.4. I think the main difference is in terms of weight. I think obviously Ryan's running the full SRAM red setup. Now carbon cranks, where he's going to be saving weight is going to be in his cassette. He's going to have a way lighter cassette. He's definitely going to have the front and rear mechs are going to be a little bit lighter because I'm on the SRAM Force. So there's maybe 100 grams in there if I was to upgrade to SRAM Force. I think chainring wise, we're probably going to be about the same weight because we're both running carbon cranks. I've just upgraded mine to a non-SRAM based brand, which is the Sprill carbon cranks with the XKD power meter. Right, here's the big difference, or what I would consider the big difference in the frames themselves. The frame shapes, I mean, it's a bicycle, right? So they all look reasonably similar, but certainly the chain stays and the seat stays on the SL8 are just so beautifully thin. And I've never really ridden a SL8 enough, or haven't ridden one my size enough to tell you what it feels like to ride, but they both have the same bottom bracket. So both have BSA bottom brackets, which means that the width underneath the bike will be the same. So the fact that these beautifully thin chain stays and seat stays on the SL8, I mean, I imagine would make it a bit more compliant, a bit more of a comfy ride. And then obviously, because it's an S-works, they are using their top grade carbon fiber. I think Specialized grade their carbon fiber a little bit differently. But I mean, you know, both have dropped seat stays. I think from a look perspective, they're not too dissimilar. Obviously, you get that infamous front end that you get on the SL8, which is that little, you know, they refer to it as the nose. And then the one thing I always think is quite funny about Specialized is the front fork always looks like it's like a little bit backwards in that it comes in from the front and then down. So it always, to me, always kind of looks like it's been put on backwards, whereas other people have the front fork come straight down off the front of the bike. I imagine that under braking and under handling gives you a bit more control. And you can kind of see what I mean here is the front end of the SLC goes straight down and then it comes underneath from the back. So I always find that quite interesting that Specialized, the front fork, looks a little bit different like that. And I quite like it. But 200 grams difference in the two builds. And easily, you know, the Revals, you've got the haircut. I reckon that's like a 40 mil and then a 50 mil. 40 mil front, 50 mil rear. I'm running 67s front and back. I reckon there's at least 100 grams or so there. So I imagine the frames will be the same weight. My one point is, I was sent by the Winspace guys the SLC 5 Extreme, and I have a feeling that means it's a full titanium bolt upgrade. So all the bolts, the bottle cage bolts, the bolt for the stem are all titanium, which I think makes makes it a little bit a little bit lighter. We're talking like grams here, but definitely adds to the coolness of the bikes. I think I'd honestly say that I can't obviously give you a direct comparison because it'd be silly to do that without riding. But what Winspace have done in terms of going from the SLC 3 to the SLC 5 it does bring it way more into the ballpark in terms of like looks, aesthetics, just the quality of this build. It does bring it more into that ballpark, and I love to see it. And they've both got, obviously, oval seat tubes. Yeah, I think the progression, the way that it has progressed, I think there is an obvious reason that the shape has changed so much more to be more aero, the upgraded model. But yeah, I like it. Do let me know which one you would like to ride. And yeah, Ryan just said, let's have it. Let's talk price. Let's talk money. Let's talk kachinga. I don't even know, like 10, 12,000 pounds. Yeah, I mean the frame itself's like £5,000, something like that. So that's £5,000, which is a lot.
That is there, listed on the website as 12.
Yeah, as is off the website, and this is what you get off the website, right? No mods, no anything. BSA bottom bracket, £12,000, which is obviously, you know, we're talking premium. Like there's not many bikes that cost that much. $2,800 for the Winspace frame, and then I reckon everything built up, this is maybe 6, maybe 6.5 at a push, and you could probably, obviously, if you bought some expensive wheels, you know, if you got yourself a set of Scopes or Envies, you might get up to 8, but that's still £4,000 less. I think it would be like £8,000. If you were to fully spec this out and maybe try and get SRAM red on it, I reckon you'd pay 8. You could build that up for £8,000, and I still think so people talk about value. People are talking about the Chinese world, you know, being like, oh, it's Western prices. That's 4,000. That's a whole nother bike. That's £4,000 difference. And I've built lots of bikes. I know what components cost. I know what bikes cost. This bike, I reckon, is about 6 to 6.5. So it's totally up to you whether you think there is value in having something like this. But yeah, obviously the ride feel and difference is gonna play a role. But whew, let's get coffee, right? So that's it from me and Rydog. Thank you very much for letting me borrow your bike.
Always a pleasure, mate. That was a great review. See you on the next one.
Yes.
See you in Verbier.
See you on the next one.
Go to Verbier, apparently.
Ryan and I have a trip, hopefully, to Verbier spring next year. He's going to be on the Specialized. I'm going to take him out to the Alps.
You're going to murder me on the hills.
See what 100 kg does.
Let's not film that. No, let's film that.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in. I hope you found that useful, because there is still value in the Asian market, that Chinese market. I don't know how you can say there isn't. Yes, the prices are going up, but that is a direct look at the two of them, the two bikes, and I love it. I love doing it. I like bikes. I love talking bikes. Guys, thanks for joining in. Please do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on another one soon.